8 Butterfly Sea Moss Powder. Take your daily routine to the next level. Natural vegan superfood powder, essential multivitamin powder made just for you.
One love, Delta 9 travelers. One love. Welcome in. Welcome into this special Sunday presentation right here on Delta 9 Media. The flight is boarding, Delta 9 travelers. So, to all the frequent travelers, you don't know what the rule is already as you come in. Your ticket to get aboard the flight is just simply hit that thumbs up button, give my pong body. That is the ticket onto this international digital connection. I'm telling you, we got some striking updates, some very strong allegations coming from Melly Mel, and a brand new interview with the mother of that 7-year-old boy. We're going to get into these details and more right here on Delta 9 Media. It's a special Sunday presentation and we are boarding. So if you haven't already, drop a 9 in the comment section for my frequent travelers and the new travelers as well. If you can hear me and you can hear me clearly, please and thank you. Wherever you're tuned in from this Sunday, drop a 9 in the comment section for me so that I know that I'm coming through clearly because we're about to get into these, I'm telling you, striking updates. And you see, the thing about it is this. Remember the last time when I did the live, when we spoke about this originally, I said, watch, before the weekend is done, the case is going to be bust wide open. And either they're going to hold somebody or we're going to get more details that's going to lead us to what's really going on. So said, so done. Innocent blood. You see when you look, innocent persons are gonna get themselves in compromising situations, complicated details. All the time we trying for suss out is what going on, you know. We trying for analyzes what really taking place. How this thing is adding up. Who in the right sense is gonna try to rob a place like this? Who in the right sense is gonna take all of this risk and create all of this impact to this family just like that? And then the most they might get is a little small piece here or there. And then why not choose somewhere else? You understand? And look at the time of day and a number of different things. Plus, they get one of them allegedly that was going back and forth with the leader of the opposition. For now, we're going to call that person Mr. Phibbs, right? That is helping us to realize that there is more to what's going on with this case. Listen, I was saying, all right, they got this celebration for the independence. We're going to put that up on the live. And, you know, we're going to interact with persons as that's playing. But it seems like there's more things that we got to make sure we highlight in these headlines before we get into that live, which I'm going to more than likely put up on a separate broadcast. So the two don't conflict and, you know, different things. But we're going to get into these headlines right now, Delta 9 travelers. So if you haven't already, thumbs up this live so that persons all over the globe will be able to get these updates on their timeline because it's necessary, you know. A lot of persons might try to sweep headlines like this under the rug. So the flight is boarding, and as you make your way in, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not already. Join the team. Join the team right here on Delta 9 Media.
So, um, we all saw the news yesterday about the 7-year-old boy getting his neck getting chopped or cut. and the grandmother slitting the grandmother throat and so according to my police contact, who is somebody who's close to the investigation, who's in the investigation right now, who's close to the investigation. So this is what happened. Good morning. According to somebody who's very close to the investigation, this is what happened. Apparently, the child own family chopped him by mistake. So this is what they did, right? Because I keep looking at that house and how the family does live. Who in the right mind going in there to rob? You understand? Rob this child and this grandmother. Who's the grandmother? First of all, the child grandmother is bedridden. That 7-year-old child that died was taking care of that grandmother. Sponge bathing her, everything. That child didn't go to school in 2 weeks, right? No teaching call, no neighboring call, welfare and check-in, nothing. So they had that child basically like the maid in that house taking care of that of their mother. Mind you, should get a daughter or another family member, her son or so living next door, living close by. But none of them are looking after this lady. That little 7-year-old child was looking after that child. That's where I said this system continue. The system, the child protection, the Ministry of Education, the system continue to fail the children of Guyana. So that little boy was taking care of the mother. And I don't care if the family vexed with me because I like talk. And yeah, don't worry, try to cover up no story, make it look like no robbery, because we know it's not no robbery. One of his own family by the name of Muhammad chopped that child. Yeah, and you know how he chopped the child? They were drinking 4 o'clock in the morning. Drink and drunk, all of them drinking, because apparently the father as well know what is going on. The brother, the pastor man, and all of them, right? They were drinking the morning, and they get into some fight. Chop the child by mistake, because apparently Muhammad I don't know if it's the father, he go for chop, the child father or some other uncle, he go for chop the child by mistake. And this is what I'm telling you, he confessed to the police. Chop the child by mistake, because they were drunk and fighting. Chop the child by mistake. But here was the hurtful. Here how these people so evil and wicked. They chop the child by mistake. When they're done, they try to make it look like a robbery. You know, they went and slit the own mother throat and pulled down her pampers, like if somebody tried to sexually assault. But obviously, clearly, they ain't get no feelings for the mother, or they don't care about the mother. You understand? And the pastor is a liar. Yes, the pastor is a very liar man. They obviously don't have no feelings for the mother. And obviously, clearly not, because the child was taking care of the mother. All of them used to live right wrong and never used to get no time with the mother. The mother bedridden, and that little grandchild was taken care of. That is why it was so easy for them to slit the mother throat, to try to make it look as though somebody break into the house, try to rob them, or try to sexually assault the grandmother, the own mother, and slit the child's throat. And I now understand, because the story just didn't add up.
Was not making sense.
Now Caesar as
so we're getting some of these details. I'm gonna let it play all the way through, then we're gonna come back again for emphasis and analysis, because we got some other connecting updates that are definitely going to bring clarity to this one. If you haven't already, share this live, thumbs up the live, let persons realize what's going on the ground in Guyana.
As usual, Crass, he got now this morning trying to cut some deal with the family, cause for help them to make it look like a robbery. It wasn't no robbery. The own family by the name of Muhammad, who's the child, I think cousin or uncle or something like that, chopped the child by mistake. All of them were drinking. All of them they drinking and drunk 4 o'clock in the morning. Fighting. Wow. He pick up the cutlass for chop. I think it's either the child father or the child brother. Chop the child chop the child neck clean by mistake. And then when they're done, all of them sit down and decided that they're gonna make it look like a robbery. Hello, Guyana Police Force, get it right. Y'all ain't covering up no story. Let the people know. Okay, now this is just a quick live. Now I'm heading out to the Guyana Independence Day parade. I'm very sorry. Like I said again, the system in Guyana continue to fail our children.
Hmm. We all think about what we're hearing right at Delta 9 Travelers. Drop it into the comment section or call it in. It's a Sunday. We're cruising right here on Delta 9 Media. I'm telling you, these developments, listen, remember I mentioned that the case is going to get bust wide open. Persons are going to get whole because guess why? Innocence of the child and the wickedness of those involved, right? You're hearing them strong allegations there that is coming from Melly Mel. She's saying, listen, persons that are involved in the case and the investigation is highlighting certain things about these implications. What a twist! What a twist to this tragic set of events. Let me hear this one more time, and we're going to be analyzing it this time. So we're going to connect different updates as well with it. Big up yourself to all the frequent travelers that are in the chat right now, and everyone that's going to catch this live in the rewind in the future. One love.
This is a quick live. So, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Share this live, share this live, share this live. So this is a quick live. So, we all saw the news yesterday about the 7-year-old boy getting his neck getting chopped or cut, and the grandmother slitting the grandmother's throat, and so according to my police contact, who is somebody who's close to the investigation, who's in the investigation right now, who's close to the investigation. So this is what happened. Good morning. According to somebody who's very close to the investigation, this is what happened. Apparently, the child own family chopped him by mistake. So this is what they did, right? Because I keep looking at that house and how the family does live. Who in the right mind going in there to rob? You understand? Rob this child and this grandmother. Who's the grandmother? First of all, the child grandmother is bedridden. That 7-year-old child that died was taking care of that grandmother, sponge bathing her, everything. That child didn't go to school in 2 weeks, right?
That
No
itself is
teaching
red
call,
flag.
no neighboring call, welfare and check-in, nothing. So they had that child basically like the maid in that house taking care of that of their mother. Mind you, should get a daughter or another family member, her son or so living next door, living close by. But none of them are looking after this lady. That little 7-year-old child was looking after that child. That's where I said,
Mhm. So we're hearing this now. Slight turbulence, Delta 9 travelers, slight turbulence. But guess what? The flight must continue. We're going to jump right back in and get into these details. One love to all the travelers in the chat right now. See moderation, everybody that's in the chat. Big up yourself. Welcome, welcome in. We back in the air and the flight must continue. Y'all hearing these updates? Listen, listen. What's going on? What is really going on? And then you're hearing certain persons implicated in all of this mess, trying to cover up thing and them thing. Is there no level to the lowness that persons is willing to exhibit? Let me analyze some of what's going on in the chat. Big up to all the frequent travelers right now and all the new travelers with us right here on Delta 9 Media. Desiree, thanks for being a part of the live. Desiree tuned in all the way from Canada. You see people all over the globe is getting these striking updates, right? About what's taking place. Loud and clear all the way in Canada, right? International. So we loud and clear from the US all the way to Canada. And I know there got persons in the live right now, probably from GT and other parts of the Caribbean, other parts of the UK. Listen, international digital connection every time. Delta 9 Media is live right here with you, right? Very sad situation in that case. I'm telling you, Desiree. And we got some more updates to come. Because we're going to hear from the mother. This is what we would have originally started to present just now when we get that little bit of turbulence, right? But guess what? We're very resilient here and the flight must continue. So there we go. We got that part right up again with Honorable Brooms out and about. You see what I was saying about Honorable Miss Brooms on a Sunday. She's out and about doing the work of the people. Notice they got a lot of MPs that still yet to even be at this scene or interview the mother as yet. Brooms and her party doesn't have any seats in parliament, but she's out here doing it. Why? That's just how some people are, buddy. And that's why these is the persons that we got to make sure got the positions of authority to deal with certain matters. Because look at what's going on with this case right here. You're gonna see all kind of developments, and we got to analyze it. We're gonna go 2020, because hindsight is 2020. So we're gonna take a slight look back and analyze some of these things that persons were saying before and how it connects with some of these revelations about the implications of certain persons that were talking earlier, claiming that it was an alleged robbery and all of these things. And there's even a picture with a person allegedly that might be in custody. So is this another situation like the Red Ram and Orlando? What we really watching here? We're gonna try to analyze it right here on Delta 9 Media. Let me get into some more of this. Once again, big up to Rasta Empress and all the moderation in the chat right now. Every single person that's a part of the live. If you haven't already, it helps with the algorithm and it helps with the channel. Please make sure that you take a couple of seconds and thumbs up the live and share it with persons that need to be updated with this very important and trending information.
Hold the mic up.
When I reached on the scene before 7, the father was there. So I was trying to ask around, like,
Before 7.
I take the first boat.
How come?
How long does it take from Essequibo with a speedboat to Puerto Rico if you're leaving there at 5? If 5 o'clock is the first boat.
So you said that you heard that the father of your son was drinking and he had a problem with the young son?
Yes. They were all drinking there and some problem, and the guy had a cutlass and he accidentally chopped my son. It was supposed to be the father. I don't know what happened.
Similar revelations, similar to almost exactly to what Melly Mel was just alleging. Almost exact to what Melly Mel was just exposing right there in them strong allegations, Delta 9 travelers. Y'all hear and see what's going on right there. I tell y'all before the weekend is out, the case can bust wide open. Let me get some more of these details.
After, with the grandmother, how they got to stop her.
But you said that you only heard, you don't know.
I don't
Are
know.
you involved? Anybody
No,
contact you?
no.
Anything?
The CID that took my statement Friday afternoon, he would have taken down my number, and he said he would contact me when they find a suspect. Nobody has contacted me as yet.
So, and viewers, just bear with me. I'm trying to understand myself. So nobody from the father side of this family in call you?
No,
Nothing
nobody
at all?
don't contact me. It's just the father that contacted me yesterday, and he asked to see me. I went and I saw him, and he asked about funeral arrangements, and
These are very, very interesting updates with what's going on right here, right? Big up to all the travelers right now that are in the chat. Y'all hear what's going on right there? Humi, thanks for being a part of the live and thanks for being a moderator right here on Delta 9 Media. Humi is saying, turn up the volume a little on the recording if you can. My apologies, Humi, but I cannot at this point because guess what? That's the way that it was recorded. I got it turned all the way up, and the only way that I could get this at a different volume would be if I was to put it in a pre-recorded video, put it in some editing software, and then edit the audio in that manner. But for now, we're gonna have to deal with the audio like that because, as you can see from the inception, that Brooms was having a little bit of technical issues with her microphones. I'm guessing they need to hold the microphones up or turn the microphones on or whatever. But let's try to see the best that we can do with the audio. And if it's that much of a hurdle, I will again, bring it into editing software and do the adjustments to the audio and put it back up at a later time. But for now, these are the updates. These people are some barefaced liars. Why did they not speak the truth? And I believe this woman. You see, there's more to this story, and I'm glad that Parsons is realizing from the inception, there was one of the persons that claimed to be a family member that was speaking in dishonor about the mother. And I say, what was this about? That you trying to dishonor the mother, talking about she ain't see her son in 3 years and all kind of thing at a time like this when she would have just lost the same child. You don't care nothing about this mother. You and this mother got some kind of old grievance or something. If you and she's family member, y'all should be grieving together, standing in solidarity, and having some type of different type of response to how you're dealing with this situation. But you hear what the mother's pointing out. They didn't even invite you to the wake. How cool, how cool is that? And we're gonna get into some more details about the past and the back and forth with the leader of the opposition right here on this live presentation. Plus, we got some updates coming in from the president himself about the new bank and all the benefits and opportunities that it will provide for Guyanese like you and me. So stay tuned for them details. Let's hear some more from Honorable Miss Bruce. Big up yourself to who me, Rasta Empress, all the moderations. Janet, thanks for being a part of the live. One of our frequent one of our frequent travelers right here on Delta 9 Media. Big up yourself, Janet. The legal alien touchdown in the live as well, dropping the nines all the way from which planet? I'm wondering. Big up yourself, legal alien. Nav Joe, good afternoon. Thanks for being a part of the live, King. And thanks for being a loyal supporter right here on Delta 9 Media. Nav Joe, big up yourself. Roderick is saying good day, 9. Thanks for tuning in. One love every time. Jeffrey is saying watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Right? Big up yourself. Coming all the way out to Anns Grove, watching from Minneapolis. We got persons from Minneapolis, Minnesota, persons from Canada, persons from Guyana, persons from different states around the US. Listen, and we updating one another with these striking, to say the least, details in this case. Jennifer, thanks for being a part of this live presentation. If that is true, that is horrendous and callous. Another mother shedding her tears, condolences to the mother and family of that child. Definitely. Big up yourself, Jennifer, and thanks for dropping those insightful, thoughtful comments into the comment section every single time. Big up to all the travelers in the chat right now. Let's continue with these details.
I asked him if he can give me some time because I'm really trying to wrap my head around what's going on.
Okay. But the wake and so the separate wake, you involved
They
any
no, I saw that they had wake the Friday night. They had wake last night. Nobody told me anything. Nobody contacted me. I would know of this if I go into my phone and go onto Facebook. It would be there on newsroom or on someone's page only, so I would know about the week. Nobody can contacts me and tells me anything.
All right. Well, Sharon, I noticed somebody asking a question, and I mean,
Yeah, Humi, very, very good question right there. Insightful moderation. And I love this question right here because she's going to explain and we're going to get to understand that there was a court order, but the conversation about 3 years and her not seeing her child for 3 years, this, that, and the third, is not founded in the truth. And she's going to highlight some of the reasons why and give us some more context into this as the interview continues.
it's a good question, but a lot of people have children and the children are not living with them. Um, Based on what Michelle said, like many of you on this Facebook, Michelle has two children, was living with the father. Based on what was said, he drinks alcohol. He's very abusive. They separated. They had back and fro. They went to, and now it's not time for who they're living with who, but Dana Barry, thanks for that condolences. But I'm just going to put this out here, okay? Welfare got involved, and welfare said, all right, since he got his sister and so on, you could keep this one, and this the mother gonna have the girl The grandmother had the girl. People, we gotta be very, very careful at this time. This woman's going through a lot. And then went to the court. The father took her to the court and summons her based on what she said. And he didn't even show up to the second hearing. And the court said that, all right, he can keep the boy and she will keep the girl. Thank you, judge. At least somebody, show some sympathy. And that is the reason I'm seeing pictures, the picture that is circulating on social media, people, with that boy.
You see this thing here? You see when I highlight on this life that we gotta stick together, that we gotta look out for one another. You understand? This is a young parent, and trust me, I was once a young parent myself. You just need a lot of assistance, a lot of support from those that are close to you, right? Guyana is Guyana all the time. Don't let we act like we don't know what's going on the ground in Guyana, but Guyana is not no, you know, it's not no bed of roses. It could be rough at times. It could be rough at times, you know?
Went with a gift is where the mother took him to the movies for his
That was
birthday.
last year.
That was for his last birthday that she spent with him.
Hmm.
This is a problem, clearly, and allow me to say, based on what the mother is saying and what was said to her, right? Is that is a whole back and forth. And because she lived with somebody, you can't get. I don't believe that people's personal business a lot of times in time of grief is what should
Yeah,
be our main focus and priority.
exactly.
This is a 7-year-old died.
7, buddy.
This is a 7-year-old got murdered. And I'm here with the mother. I'm hoping even to visit the father. I'm here with the mother, and she's saying to us that she's no way, she's not even upon death of this child. She's no way in this whole setting and the framework, which makes it, in my opinion, even more hard for her.
Hmm.
I would really love for good judgment to prevail. It seems to me like they're good song people around. And I want to say this, God is not an author of confusion. And even at this time, I think that respect must be given to you also as the mother. I'm not there, Dylan Carter, how are you as to who was living with and not, and all of that. So the mere fact that somebody is there and you getting this through the grapevine and through a newsroom, how that make you feel as a mother? What's going on with you?
It it's hard because with so much comments and what the uncle says, the 3 years gap, and I wasn't there, like and now that he's dead, it just look like if you like I'm ghost. It's like I'm invisible. Like the child doesn't even have a mother.
Hmm. It's crazy.
I mean, again, I can only understand the loneliness that you're feeling and the rejection. And you mentioned about people on Facebook commenting and Uncle saying but 3 year gap and this. But I want to say to you something that God is able to, you know. You still have this sister. I'm hoping that I'm really y'all bury this child in peace. Because
Exactly,
if
because this
bury
is
the
no time to you know whole animosity these things, this one out and keep that one out and whatever. I mean, if I had family members on my side that could have helped me with my kids,
All
I would have
right.
been better today.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But the fact that
It's
it was
crazy.
just me alone battling, and he came with his idea, and it was so because of the welfare advice and whatever, and I wanted what was best for my kids. I went ahead. I did at that time. If God could have come down and said, well, I was making a mistake.
But how it could be a mistake if you have two children? I mean, the family court and the welfare. Yes, they're gonna look for the easiest way out. But let me ask something, and this is no blame. This is in mourning, but you're mentioning something because it seems to me that you're gonna have to get counseling because you're blaming yourself. Like you make a mistake to agree, and then the court give your son. This is not your fault. You cannot blame yourself. I mean, you're doing it, but I would ask you not to do it. I beg of you. Because welfare got involved. The welfare advised you, to give the father the child. They got involved, give the father the child. The father got sisters and the grandmother gonna keep, and you ain't got nobody, so you keep the girl. You go to the court, although he show up to the court, family court shouldn't run like that. Nobody never come back again. No, no, nobody never checked there. And because not because he got so the child, you had to learn after you take close to the how you learned that the boy is not with the grandmother, that welfare and so on spoke about. How you learn about him not living with the grandmother and living with the father at the great grandmother.
Through his mom.
His mother told you.
His mother told me. That's how I learned. He never contacted me and said, well, he's moving from Katrina to Zillow. He never said he was taking a transfer for the child. Like I said, after the court last year, from May to September, he never contacted me again.
And you don't have a number. You had to get a
Wow. More details, more updates coming in from the mom herself. What y'all think about what we're hearing here? Let me read some of the comments. Condolences to the family. Definitely condolences to the family. And rising power to our everlasting energy, that young 7-year-old, that so tragic, so tragic. And when we're hearing the developments, it's crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Humi is saying, how could the father win custody when he's an alcoholic and abusive? The system completely failed that child. I'm guessing at that time he probably, presented the best option in the sight of the court. You understand me? This is what I'm thinking because at at some point they would have had to go and check out the different places where the child would be living, and they would have had to do some amount of analysis. I hope, you know, it's crazy. Me saying this as well. The whole thing needs to be investigated. That family needs to be investigated. There's no way the child should have been caretaking of an immobile adult who has grown family, who has grown children, right? Who has grown family, including children. And it's a rough time for the family, it's a rough time for all involved. And to hear these developments is quite troubling as well, because the most important thing that we got to keep in mind is that we're talking about a 7-year-old boy, right? Who will no longer be with us. And the most important thing in this is getting down to the bottom of, pause for the, is getting down to what's really taking place in this situation. Because if we don't, is gonna have persons like this or persons like these if the allegations that we heard earlier in the live is true, and would a mother came on and confirmed that she heard as well, that it was a number of persons that allegedly are trying to now cover up what really taking place. It might be more than one person, allegedly. We don't know. You know, very interesting times in Guyana right now, right? Because there's another headline, you know, with a young man that had a similar situation. I keep pointing it out with his mom. And we're going to share them headlines right here in this live so y'all could see just how crazy these developments are. Rasta Empress is saying the homes of the custodians should be inspected and personal data collected before giving that child over to the father and relatives. Yeah. There have to be some amount of investigation and hopefully because listen, just listen to these developments. Who would have thought that this case would have went in this direction? Allegedly. Good afternoon. Oh, now Joe's shouting out the other frequent travelers. Patricia, thanks for being a part of this live presentation. She's saying, can a woman tender care cease towards the child she bear? Right? You could almost see that she's lost for words, Patricia. She's just there and, she's there. She's having this conversation, but then she's probably thinking back about the child and all the decisions you hear her, regretting some of the decisions she would have made as well. It's real rough. And that's why we got to support one another. One life, all connected to one energy, ultimately. So sometimes we've got to realize that that's the case and look out for one another. Because you hear her say it herself, if she had more support, just maybe, she might not have to deal with this, right?
Restraining order. You said he was so abusive, you got to be running young girl and hiding. David, bring a piece of tissue for her. Don't cry. Bring a piece of tissue, somebody. Get a piece of tissue. Sorry to tell you don't cry. I didn't mean to tell you all your emotions, but I mean, I'm so sad for you too. So you had to get a restraining order from the court for this young man, the children's father.
Yeah, that was.
Because he was so abusive. He drinks.
He drinks.
He drinks. And so this young woman, people, had to get a restraining order. Even to get peace. Don't let us jump out there why you didn't live with him, why you did, why the other, regardless of what happened to the 7 years should not. And you know why it really, really, really dragged me apart, I'm telling you. Because how children are really suffering in this country, because they're in the matter. He's drinking. You left the child with a great grandmother. I mean, it looks to me your son was a wonderful young baby boy, little boy. Tell me about him. Was he Joburg? What month was his birthday?
His birthday was the 5th of March.
The 5th of March. Was he a Jew?
He was always happy, and he had so much sense that he.
Yeah. You hear me?
One love. Yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm hearing you.
I was saying this like, right? When people comes on the internet, so people tell us you hear something. There's three sides.
Yeah.
Right, the left, and the center.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word. Certain things.
Mute your background. You mute it?
Yeah.
Good.
Something is missing from what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying she's why would this is where the question that keep hitting.
Hmm.
How come she was ordered to stay away from this kid for 3 years? Why is the court give order that?
No, no, she didn't. She wasn't. She didn't say that she was ordered to stay away for 3 years. Someone said that, and she was clarifying that it was not so because she would have seen the child recently. But she was
Okay.
saying that at the time, right? It
Uh-huh.
was the best decision because she was young and she didn't have any support to take care of the child.
All right.
Mhm.
So now my next question, as me as a man, right now me daughter is going to take me daughter for some because of certain thing that's went on.
Yeah,
You as a mother, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you was young. You get old now, you that thing. Why you didn't go back to the court and file for custody for your son?
Mm.
And why is it you didn't have no help from your parents then during the time? Why is it none of your family didn't decide to help you? These
Well,
are
not
questions.
all family, not all families is close like some, you know. So
Yo, but
sometimes,
listen to me.
yeah,
When you get family is more than one. Is a set of people. None of them never step up. Why? I got family that say I
mm,
help me, and I got those that say, "Yo, don't worry, I gonna help you." You
mm,
understand me? So when everybody hold one head, is something missing here,
yeah,
where nobody make the effort to say, "Hey, they're gonna help you." You see, condolence to her, the family,
mm,
but there's three sides: the left, the right, and
mm.
the center.
So you're saying there got to be more to this. I want to think about the conversation that Mel was having about the implications and certain things being revealed about other persons that were involved in an altercation that actually caused the demise versus the story of a robbery.
Well, I feel it's not. I feel a robbery is just been staged for more than what else. I
Mm,
think something with the grandmother. I think the house, the land and house.
yeah,
The grandma might have promised somebody, but she taking land for that, and all these things could be. Some people, she didn't bury that one. But I know they killed the youth man. Only
mm,
God could come and tell me because he recognized who the person was.
yeah,
That's why they killed him.
it's
He
crazy.
recognized the person.
It's crazy.
That's the only reason why he died. They just killed each other. He knew who it was when they break in the place. And he see it. He must even call out to them.
Mm,
All of that could happen. Call out to them and they're like, hey, stab you up straight, make sure he's dead. Because remember, once he recognized he's a witness and he's the mouth and eye of what happened there. He's a camera.
yeah.
So they kill him. And in 7 years, he could go and sit on a court bench and testify.
Mm,
That's the reason they kill him. But I feel that Granny didn't look like she got anything.
yeah.
Yo, you don't know GT still land and house is a serious business.
Hmm.
Yeah, but there's more to her. There's something missing from her side, something missing from his side. In order to get it, you gotta put them on people who gonna speak the truth. So left, right, and center.
Powerful.
Something missing. All
Powerful,
right,
King.
that is listening.
Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling there.
Anytime, anything.
Insights coming in right there from a frequent traveler. And you don't know, every time we're live, Samsung keeping us connected, no matter where in the world we are located. Team Delta, Team Samsung, right? Now, there's always a number of sides to every story. But as we listen to this, for me, right, I think that is rough. to see, because she's not just gonna come and say, man, they ain't even inviting me to, or keeping me informed and updated with what's really going on with the wake and stuff like that. Seems like if they got some kind of old grievance between her and the father, you know, that might be causing this back and forth with them even now during the funeral. But again, like I'm pointing out, the most important thing is we're getting down to the facts as much as we can with what really take place, who's the persons that more than likely might be responsible in this situation before you're hearing a conversation about um oh, is this person, is that person, and the person on the camera some way, some type of footage here, there, and then next thing you know, when the case do make it to where it should be testify and this, that, and the third, you hear that this is not a person, and the case now in a place where you can't really get to the bottom of what really taking place in this matter right here. It's good that we keep these headlines on the front burner right now so that the facts and the relevance of what's really taking place don't get swept under the rug. The mother's highlighting some of the same points that Melly Mel was making earlier in the video. She's saying, listen, there's a conversation about a pashway, as we just call it in GT, and the allegations are that because of this pashway, this is what happened. Now, the fact of if she wasn't around the child for 3 years and why and all of that, I don't know how important that might be to what's going on right now, because she wasn't nowhere at the scene. What y'all think about it? Or she wasn't nowhere around at that time to be, anyhow liable for this situation that went down with her son. We could say, yeah, if she had her son, this, that, and the third, but on that night, on that morning, she wasn't there. Right? So who was there? Who's the persons that here and, did this or didn't do that? And we're going to analyze, because we heard a lot from the mother, right? Now, there were a number of other conversations that are very important in this case. And we heard Melly Mel speak about different things related to what went down. We're going to hear some conversation coming now from other persons so we could analyze. Because the MPs were at the scene. Honorable Mr. Campbell was at the scene. Honorable Dr. Todd was at the scene as well. And they had a conversation with the father, right? And we're going to analyze some of what was said at that point. Big up to all the frequent travelers right now. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are subscribed to Delta 9 Media so that you can stay updated with all of these trending and important updates, trending and important headlines in Guyana and in the diaspora. So let's get into some of this. Right now, coming straight from the ground.
The knife almost passed through. He and then pass through. Is more than one chip, right? Yeah, and she get one another one with miss and go through the skin. But they stitch it up when I go this morning. I was leaving to go to work when my brother called me and tell me to cross by the house that the John with mom, but the little boy died and like that. So I at once I left and come when I come to the child was on the ground because he couldn't handle my mom and the child together. And then they
So
called
the
me.
other scuffle then.
Huh?
The other scuffle in between them.
No, here?
When
The
the
child
person
and the
came in, it
and the
showed like they
perpetrator.
were fighting or something.
No, it's a little child and the mother sick. The mother can't move. The mother can't move.
Okay,
She got strokes.
okay.
My mother's approximately a year and something now. She and bed.
Hmm. And this was
So
the house?
yeah, this is the house. But
The house really?
yeah, no, the door didn't lock.
Oh, what time was it?
Well, this morning, when I ready for left, like 10 to 6, my brother called me. But my brother get an earlier call from the neighbor the back that something ain't right at the house. You don't know, she all living at the
Right.
back, right? Because my niece holler out from this house to she that they like out that something ain't right. So she holler, this girl call my brother. But when she reached it, we say, my brother saying that the mother said the man in the room, but there was nobody in the room because he jumped through the window there. Like he go in the room and
Mm,
she see like he jumped through the window.
right.
So when I reach it, me put on back my lunch bag
Mm.
and I come. The child alone was in blood,
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
That's your nephew.
My me nephew son,
Mm-hmm.
little one,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So just the two of them live there.
You know, the father of the child
Uh,
just be there too.
but he went out.
He there scribble. So he come back when I'm calling this morning. He come across with this girl husband. He them come back when left the work.
How he doing?
Yeah,
Probably shaking.
yeah, because if they're wrong that way, so if they're wrong some way that way there, so you might be able to reach with you and here we come. So this is one of the child
And
who is in the car here. The other, yeah, I believe strongly though. I must speak this here.
mm-hmm.
I don't ever think that the mother ever see the child for the past 3 years.
Oh my.
What I hear, the world must know how people neglect them children.
So you see where the conversation is coming from, Al. The conversation is coming from this statement that was made right here, right? But is it true? We're gonna get some more conversation from the interview with Honorable Brooms and the mom, and then we're gonna hear from the father as well, so we can get as many aspects of what might have taken place, you know, because with the revelations, the very strong allegations that Melly Mel was saying, greetings.
Yes, I don't hear anything.
Yeah,
He making allegation live on the TV on the interview.
yeah.
And my thing is, I think our family didn't approve of that relationship, you know.
Okay.
That is an interracial relationship.
Yeah. Love
And
is
you
love
know,
nonetheless, bro. Love is
some
love
of the
nonetheless.
Indian and black state.
Love is love nonetheless, man. You never
Yeah,
had,
some we don't see the way, bro.
bro.
Once you break that culture barrier, they left you there, bro.
Mm,
Indian and black do it. That's why that's how it take to go both ways.
yeah.
Guys, and she's saying that nobody, step up to help since your family, like how you owned it. So that she had no help, and that's how come everything went his way. Because thing. But another thing come to mind.
Mm,
You don't kill the child because he have a little black in him. I did listen. I just asked, it on a gun. I'm on.
it's crazy. I don't think I don't think it's because other for me. But I mean we're just analyzing from a distance with what's really taking place, right? But if we're really to think about it, if I was to go with a scenario, you know, I don't think that that's the one that I would go with because what reason would a father have for doing something like that? Just randomly to a son that he was raising, you know? It's crazy. We all think about that Delta 9 travel. Let's drop it into the comment section. Let's hear some more from the ground.
And the other one, so that one was die. That around state now. And this girl is one of the child also.
So this is sister.
Yes, and she living with this sister. So the fight is there as a little help around.
You could carry me to the father.
Your father?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go around, I'll talk. My father give him
But we can't pass.
The father giving a statement. Okay.
Yes, a lot of people walk there. A lot of people walk there.
No, we can't disturb.
We can't disturb him.
No, there's nothing the father.
Oh, the father there on the side.
Yeah, this is me, brother.
Oh, that's you, brother.
Pick up my mom this morning.
Okay.
In our state, we giving the state inside. So, the father there around the next Sunday. Yeah, I could go through, you know. Yeah.
All right, let's go. You can show me the father, now, please. You could take us to him.
I'll talk. Yeah, what?
Oh, yeah, no. He's sitting down there. And what do you?
Yeah.
Good day, gentlemen.
Alton, how you doing? Is your son name after you?
Top.
Okay. So you're Alton?
Yeah.
You're Alton. Yeah. Just here, you know, from the ATN, you see all about this tragedy. I mean, it's hard for us to even wrap our minds around who would, you know, do something like this. So, we got money, eh? So we have to come around and let you know that we stand and support. I could see that. All you want is people.
Yeah, but they watch me just like big man, we know me, I'm gonna look for money, yes, I know. Set a it to them. By rushing, we set up them, the sister live there. So the 3 youth, the man should cook, through the scenario. So give them 2 weeks, make what up. Don't go to school. You know, nobody get tidy, you know, because that fresh up, is sass, you know what I'm saying? So just stand down and send a message to the teacher. We stand down for 2 weeks. Me come leave. Come here sing. The old lady, how we left them in a house. Son and my daughter take care. Yes, I'm here fight for them there wrong me. Come in our advantage. We back to 11 and 7. Yeah. My mother. Yeah. You know, so late. She went to earlier. You understand? You know, if me, she when I read, because she will want to pay attention, let me go to call, she say, watch, I'm going to spend 2 weeks, just keep this little boy. Nobody knows that for watch. You just send it to school. She busy, she never time for them things. You understand? Man, then we call me, go for collect my son, you know, this money. The man tell me,
I'm calling a youth man, but you say, why me want to collect some before we got tax, getting people to see. You understand? Me say, me go collect this youth man, he can come in there, execute me a big house, a big sleep, Pomona. Yeah. Perhaps some old man say, well, don't call the key, me don't come and call the key. So me done work this afternoon. Perhaps some uncle call me, tell me, he come home, bunking dead. He may after, be jail after moment. But we call the bunking.
Bunking.
Yeah. Man say, well, this man dead. You understand me, catch the first boat and come. We come and see, set the police, let me watch. See me youth man lay down, and like, easy neck them joke.
Greetings.
You understand me? Blood the heart.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, said you too, right?
The man,
No. You know, come
I
to life.
wonder if they killed the boy because he was have a black in him. Hear what the father saying.
Yeah.
They had a problem with his son. Not the father was trying to say that somebody is so much around this thing, though. Because this relationship was never approved by both sides. You understand the person say you gonna want to collect his son because he's tired of the car. But somebody tell you, boy, just left the boy right there.
But what do you think about this too? Because as we analyzing, right? How could the child not be able to get himself ready for school, but he could be able to take care of someone else?
Well, that's a bullet. A bullet when it gets you, kill you. I think they use the kids when they could use the kids. When you got move, the boy stay home and do what you got to do. The boy and the girl, both of them stay in the house to take care of the grandmother. You see?
Yeah.
But one thing he said, he and she, the two, a lot of, between the two of them relationship is a family that fighting both of them against each other, you know. Cause you can't tell me just wake up just on hit them against each other.
Bro.
They don't like she, they don't get along, and they end up with a child.
It's crazy.
This is an Indian and black situation, bro.
It's crazy.
And it takes back to the time where black and Indian. You see, but the guys pay the price. You see why I ask this question? Because claim to me. And sometimes things that come to you, people look past a lot of things because everybody trying to focus is a robbery. But at the end, it don't seem like a robbery. What this lady get when they show she don't have anything for them unless she has a set of money and it's too much as a Indian, but sometimes you never know. But it's more to something that you recognize who is it? That's one. Why you stab him up so like in such a way of passion, like you eat. You understand?
You heard the part with Melly Mel?
No, I didn't know the part. I did at work.
Oh.
The office and I sit down. I did a lot when you came on like, but I couldn't.
Yeah, you see, because I can pull back that piece because some persons that probably just came on the live, it probably didn't get a part that I played earlier because she's giving some insights that she's saying that she got from a person that is on the case allegedly. We're gonna jump back into that and then we're gonna listen some more of what went down with Honorable Mr. Campbell. So when I checked, because there was something that I was analyzing right there. But big up to all the travelers right now. Let me see what persons are saying right now in the chat. Good afternoon. All right, there's now Joe talking with Jeffrey. Big up yourself, Jeffrey. Thanks for tuning in. Nav Joe, Rasta Empress, Insightful Moderation had this to highlight for us. The homes. Okay, I think I would have went through that one. Well, now look how far back I am with it. I'm a good wave. Let's go with this. Victoria, thanks for being a part of the live. Victoria saying that was done by someone close to the family. My apologies, Victor. We're going to have me on this Sunday afternoon. We are traveling, right? Victor was saying that, hey, this was done by someone close to the family. Yeah. I think so, somebody, because look at the time of day, right? And as well, Melly Mel was highlighting the fact of, and we can see, because we could go to the scene, right? And look at the place where this thing allegedly would have went down. And we could, suss out some more about what might have actually taken place. You know? So the question is, why dear? Why choose to 4 in the morning, allegedly?
Now, who's close to the investigation? So this is what happened. Good morning. According to somebody who's very close to the investigation, this is what happened. Apparently, the child own family chopped him by mistake. So this is what they did, right? Because I keep looking at that house and how the family does live. Who in the right mind going in there to rob? You understand? Rob this child and this grandmother. Who's the grandmother? First of all, the child grandmother is bedridden. That 7-year-old child that died was taking care of that grandmother, sponge bathing her, everything. That child didn't go to school in 2 weeks, right? No teaching call, no neighboring call, welfare and check-in, nothing. So they had that child basically like the maid in that house taking care of that of their mother. Mind you.
You see? So if the child allegedly could do all of that, how come he couldn't prep himself to go to school? And then guess what? We see that this was shared as well from Big Smith. News on the ground. He's saying 7-year-old Adriel, a pupil of Zealot Primary School, was found in his bedroom after an intruder allegedly during the early morning hours, right? And there are updates that are coming in. And these are some of them.
Should get a daughter or another family member, your son or so living next door, living close by. But none of them are looking after this lady. That little 7-year-old child was looking after that child. That's where I say this system continue. The system, the child protection, the Ministry of Education, the system continue to fail the children of Guyana. So that little boy was taking care of the mother. And I don't care if the family vexed with me because I like talk. And yeah, don't worry, try to cover up no story, make it look like no robbery, because we know it's not no robbery. One of his own family by the name of Muhammad chopped that child. Yeah, and you know how he chopped the child? They were drinking 4 o'clock in the morning. Drink and drunk, all of them drinking, because apparently the father as well know what is going on.
That's crazy, right? And we heard the mom as well just highlighted that that was one of the things that, made her leave at that point when they would have parted ways, right? Allegedly. That's what the conversation between her and Honorable Brooms was just clarifying for us. And then hear this.
The brother, the pastor man, and all of them, right? They were drinking the morning and they get into some fight, chop the child by mistake, because apparently Muhammad I don't know if it's the father, he go for chop, the child father or some other uncle, he go for chop the child by mistake. And this is what I'm telling you, he confessed to the police. Chop the child by mistake because they were drunk and fighting. Chop the child by mistake. But here was the hurtful. Here how these people so evil and wicked. They chop the child by mistake.
So that's some of what we would have highlighted earlier in the live for persons that might have not gotten a chance to hear exactly what Melly Mel was exposing. And if you're wondering who is this person that she's referencing, right? The pastor.
Last night by my computer desk, and I bring this matter before God. And I believe that God is a prayer answering justice, God. And even if you don't get justice from the physical court or the court of the day, you got a higher judge. He's the judge of all judges.
Now, allegedly, this is supposed to be who is being referenced. Now, who's in the chat with us? Edmond, what's going on, buddy? Good afternoon to Delta and everyone on the flight. I'm telling you, hey, so the pastor end up having a back and forth with the opposition leader. That to me just seemed kind of weird at the time, right? I'm saying, oh, this pastor seemed like if, like if there might be more to what's really going on with this situation, and this was some of the back and forth that went down.
I even pray for the poor that murder my nephew. And I ask God for mercy. Because when we preach, we say God is the forgiver of every sin. And I ask God for have mercy. Have mercy on that soul. When I look at that by photograph, I look at that by and I'm picturing my own son. When I see the face of that young man who did this thing, I'm seeing my son. This is a life. You understand? I can't preach one thing and then live another thing. The heart of man is desperately wicked. Exactly. This place can bright like daytime. You got bare-faced people. People are bent to do wickedness. You understand? We can have everything right and correct and still people are going to do wrong. I am saying I want this whole funeral proceeding here to go in peace. And I know that something's going to come up because we got the guy photographed, and I know attacking the life, we got the guy photographed. You understand? And we know the guy. And my mother said that is the guy. Okay. You understand? My mother just told me that is the man. She said 100% that is the man. And I know that the police already know, and we're going to work with that. Let us calm down and let us give the police A time to war. Come here now, me talk and so on. When I did the hospital now, I see you doing a life. You got to use more wisdom. Right? That's one of your biggest mistakes you're making. You're listening to people and they're giving you wrong information. And you're talking.
All right. So what's the wrong information?
This is my brother. That's my niece that live in the house. She sleep by him. She didn't sleep in no shed. Those things are lies.
All right.
Listen.
Hold on. Let me hear him.
All right. And all of that. Listen, boss. I am a pastor.
Yeah.
This woman that got stabbed is my mother and my nephew. And I came and I see them in that house and I carry.
All right. So why the house was locked?
Listen to
No. Just answer the one question.
The house.
The murder happened in which house?
This house.
Good.
Right.
So why the house was locked and they were refused entry to go in the other house?
The police.
What is the reason for that?
The police said that there are laws and order, and if we are citizens of this country cannot learn to follow laws and order, we in trouble, and that is the problem we have with our young people.
All right. So why the crime scene officers going to come since this morning at 6 a.m. and conduct this?
I can't answer that.
Well, good.
They were there whole day yesterday.
Exactly.
These people were there.
Or why they can't finish and hand over the house to the family?
Early in the morning.
Huh?
Right?
You're not making sense.
No.
You're not making
Listen,
no
sir.
sense.
This situation here, we are dealing with this situation. We don't want you come, we give your sympathy, we appreciate that. As a leader of the opposition, I respect that, I value that. Everything is good.
Yeah.
But don't listen to lies.
But what lies I'm listening to? Tell me, what are the
sister
lies?
Is not sleeping no 10 last night. Nobody. We have a thing here that we have to do. The police are doing that.
That's what she told me, you know.
Yes,
she told me that.
You're falling for
I
it.
asked her 5 times.
Very
So what?
sorry.
All right.
Good.
What I want to know, why only now they come and put up street lights in the area? Why only now they come and do come and push out the play field?
Monica,
Huh? Look now, what the trucks there now? Why?
right? Are you keep out? This is not, I don't want, listen,
Bro, me and K,
it
but
is my
no
mother.
political party in
Here
these
it
days.
is my mother. Mr. Mohammed came here in peace to share his sympathy, give his sympathy to the family. I appreciate that. Right now, my mother just went into a shock at the hospital. They removed her from one ward and they took her back to the other ward.
I advise
Listen,
you.
Listen, we have a situation here.
Carry it
to
up private
deal with.
hospital.
We don't want this situation. Mr. Mohammed, I'm asking you, with all respect, it's my mother. We don't want this. We don't want this. This thing can escalate and it can attract a lot of things. And for all due respect, I respect you, right? When I pray in my church, I pray for the president, I pray for the leader of the opposition, member of parliament, all, because we as Christians, we have an obligation to pray for people. I leave here, everything is going good. I'm asking you, don't listen to people that are feeding false information. I know
But
it's
what
not your
false
fault.
information?
She didn't sleep in no shed. That's
All
my
right,
niece.
forget about that. All right, let's say if she lie about that. Why is it
But
that you
why?
refuse
Where
entry
is
to
my
go in her
sister?
own
Where is
house?
Shaban?
Why is it?
Where
Up to
is
now, you
Shaban?
can't answer that one. Why is it?
What are they really doing?
Why is it?
So it's a back and forth that, you know, make it start to say, but, oh, you know, what's really going on?
When they're done, they try to make it look like a robbery. You know, they went and slit the own mother
Greetings.
throat and pulled down her pampers like if somebody tried to sexually assault her.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Why you talking about bright daylight and people could get around you and then you do what they got? Why is it dark? It don't make no sense he talking like that, bro. Unless you know what went on. You understand? Mommy knows lying about a lot of things. You see, I know mommy not in there.
So Victor, hey, I'm telling you, look, and when he come out, he's questioning the wisdom of the opposition leader. But when the opposition leader now start asking these certain question, he said, but wait, hey, hey, you understand, man? I telling you, hey.
And I don't feel it's accident they killing you. So I told you, bro. The black killing make they killing you. Bro, you see when God get inspiration about things, you speak on it. And that came to me. The black in the youth, they're not accidental. Accidental is a one-time thing, but all them chop and bore and whatever you get, they're not accidental. You understand me? That's premeditated.
Crazy. Big up yourself, man.
But idea listening.
It's crazy when we think about it, right? Victor is saying if he, the pastor, was on the scene when it happened, allegedly, why not come clean and clear his conscience? Why not come clean and clear his conscience? But you see persons analyzing what was just being said, and they're saying that they could already hear certain details in what was being said right there, that kind of doing the same thing what you are asking for right there, Victor. Big up yourself. Humi is saying, so the preacher is also a relative. Seemingly so, yeah, Humi. Rasta Empress, insightful moderation in the chat. Humi is saying all of them should be giving a statement. Let's hope that they would have gotten a statement from everyone initially, because that's very important. And it's noted that the scene would have been cordoned off and stuff like that by law enforcement. So let's hope that, there's certain developments as we're hearing that they might have persons in custody. Then we're hearing this conversation right here coming out with some strong allegations from Melly Mel about certain things. How long does it take to process a scene? Why is a second house part of the scene? That's the question. That's the question. Why was the other house cordoned off for so long? And now when we're hearing this.
Well, obviously, clearly, they ain't get no feelings for the mother, or they don't care about the mother. You understand? And the pastor is a liar. Yes, the pastor is a very liar man. They obviously don't have no feelings for the mother. And obviously, clearly not, because the child was taking care of the mother. All of them used to live right wrong, and they used to get no time with the mother. The mother bedridden, and that little grandchild was taken care of. That is why it was so easy for them to slit the mother's throat, to try to make it look as though somebody break into the house, rob the try to rob them, or try to sexually assault the grandmother, the own mother, and slit the child's throat. And I now understand, because the story just didn't add up. The story wasn't adding.
So he is always happy, running, playing. The last time I saw him was 2 months back on the stallion, and he jump up and I lift you up and I hug you up and kiss you up. And he asked me for my taupe for he, and I tell him, pick your color you want. And just as he gonna give me the last hug, the father pull him away. The father never mentioned, I having a hard time having somebody to look at this child. Girl, help me. Nothing. The father just pulled him away, and they left.
Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Major Live.
On Facebook, we don't know half of the story.
Big up yourself, my you. Bless the love to family, my you.
Greetings, bro. What's going on? How are you?
How you there going, my you?
Great, man. Can't complain. Summertime, summertime. You don't know.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
In a big song, summertime, you know the song?
Mm-hmm. Will Smith.
Summertime, big up yourself, my youth.
Yeah. We think about these. We think about these sad developments, though, as we analyzing what's taking place right here with this 7 year
Yo,
old man.
my brother, the whole environment, that my brother, is a PPP environment.
Mm-hmm.
Opposition can't get past them. People,
Hello? I think you got a signal problem, caller. You gotta give us a call. You driving?
no, my brother.
Kaya was going back.
That's
Your signal was going in and out, in and out. That's why I was asking you that. Mm-hmm. We listening to you.
That's stationary, my brother. Yeah, my brother, I'm telling you, the whole environment, the PPP environment,
Mm-hmm.
the opposition can't get no kind of saying them, my brother, because you know why? They hear the man telling me, yeah, don't you just go further because the PPP follow the thing now, and then you are like, we get street light, we get this, we get that. Oh, you are right in these things now, my brother. What you doing? This is the PPP players, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. I hearing you, but you're going in and out. Like if the signal is weak, where you're at right now. I'm not sure why.
There's a popular song in and out, in and out. You coming out for some serious shots, my brother. Oh. I'm hearing you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Big up yourself.
Big up yourself.
One love to all the frequent travelers, right? And thanks to all the persons that are dropping insightful commentary into the comment section. Thanks for all the persons that are live right now and everybody that's going to catch this live in the rewind in the future. Big up yourself. You are the ones that make this platform what it is, that make the live what it is.
The family court, and we gotta do better than that, too. You're the mother, he's a father. You ain't saying to take him away or send him for a little holiday with your mother now. Huh? Yes, Petal, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like she could hold it back. She just in here full up because she knows nothing. Nobody's telling her nothing. Wake is taking place. She don't know nothing. The father show up and just show up and say, we come and talk about some burial. But then she gonna hear the got money, everything except this is that. So I mean, she has no say in this. It's good if everything is in place for the burial. But I'm just asking, show the mother some respect to the man. It's her son. It's her son, somebody butcher. She said, and let me repeat, she said what she heard is some family and the father was drinking. I had story with the same man who they allege got into the house. She don't know. Police didn't tell her nobody. She getting the story from newsroom. Huh? From newsroom. And you think it's easy for her at this time? Come on, man. And you think we on Facebook? She was living with these children, she was living with these children. And living with this man for more than 5 years in abuse. The system, what we gonna do? We have to do better than that. I don't want to comment here and done suffer, and in this case, it shall die. No, he's sending it because the mother living with a man. So you're sending him. And the girl, I'm not going to put all the business out there. Because what is this young lady, I'm telling you, I feel so sorry for her. Your mother and father alive?
My father lives in St. Kitts. My mother lives in the new scheme at the back of
Oh, she
the
got definitely the
entrance.
daughter right now.
Yes.
You know, it's not somebody with a big family and she got big support and things like that. Come on, man. So the support come when they went into the court because he and the welfare and them, of course, he got his mother and help and the mother and the sisters and everybody. So of course, in that sense or that regards, they're gonna find him more fit to keep the children. But that shouldn't be the only thing. The court know what he checking on, I think, because they didn't even know this child, not even with the grandmother who the child's supposed to be with. He moved the child and he moved in living with his grandmother, which is the child's great grandmother
He was living with his father at first in Katrina.
in Katrina.
Yeah.
There's with the court in Katrina.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he moved from the father and he gone to the great grandmother. I
But
don't know if they had problem because normally when he and the father has problem and whatever, the father would put him out.
mm,
I think the grandmother was telling me this morning, that's his mom, that it was only a couple months back that that same uncle, the pastor, would have put him out because apparently he normally has people there drinking in the great grandmother house. So his uncle would have told him to come out from the place, but because the great grandmother loves my son so much, she would have told them to stay.
mm, I see. I see. So the uncle is a pastor.
Yes.
Well, the uncle know the Lord, so I'm saying that the uncle would deal with things differently. You know, the uncle can deal with things differently. He's a pastor, he knows the Lord. Because I mean, God is not out of confusion, and I'm sure pastors preach that. So in this time, I don't see confusion. All I'm asking is for this mother to be given some respect, and the police, even if this child, the court, the father, the court, they said give the child to him. This is the mother to police. Come on, inform the mother now. Tell the mother what is happening to her. If somebody gotta go and through a back door and send some picture, let me see some with a picture with the guy. Let me see the phone with the picture that is the suspect. Hmm? Let me see the picture, please. Sorry, it's on my phone. Sorry, and I'm using the phone. With the alleged suspect, who they is in the lockup there, rip up this child. So you don't know. We can't ask her about burial. We can't ask her about anything, viewers. At this time, not a clue. The said morning when this incident happened, I was going to come here. It was raining. I had so many things, but today I'm ready from church. I say, you know what? I'm coming straight over, and come to you. I don't know what to say, but God is able, because I was told that you're just locking and you're going nowhere. You're just crying all the time and crying all the time. Um, but when you were hurting and say you just want people to know that you never abandoned your child, you want to tell them that, you know. She was saying that people, saying all kinds of things. Please, people, she's saying it's not truth. Why would she abandon her child? You know, this is how it was, and this was a decision in the court. And in fact, she's here living in regrets and saying that she should not have agreed. Um, she should not have agreed to. But then, what you would have done if the court decided? That's what I'm saying. Don't blame yourself, because once the court give a ruling, whether you agree or not, the court ruling is what's gonna go. Hmm? The court ruling is what is going to go. I'm waiting to see if somebody got a picture. The picture's in a phone. That it could just lend me the phone to show the picture of the person. Um, right? Oh, we with the person, we got a phone. I got a picture. That I would just show y'all because because it's alleged, but it's in my phone. And I didn't show them. They don't have the copy. They look at it on Facebook and so on. So viewers, I'm here. I'm really hoping that I can meet um, the uncle. To really find out and to really condolences to the family. To hope that good sense will prevail. And I pray that God will strengthen you. I pray in this time that it's hard, but you know, the Bible says that God would never leave or has He ever forsaken us. I would ask you to hold on to the words of the Lord. Don't feel forsaken and don't feel that you're alone. I ask if there's something, I mean, any support, moral, any word of advice, you have my contact. I mean, as a woman, as a mother, you know, I would love to be here for you in whatever way, you know, in this period and this time of your grief and things like that. But from since I heard the story, I know the police gonna find the person because you can't murder a 7-year-old like that and tell yourself it's gonna get off. Right? You can't murder the 7-year-old thing. You see what I'm saying? Right? So at this time, people, what Michelle needs is not all these judge and these grand juries out there. What if, but, and maybe. People, social media ask of you. All Michelle needs is our support and prayers. Right? Because what has happened there, nobody can turn that back. Right? The baby boy, he's dead. He was murdered. Now this child is a harmless. What you could do an adult? What a 7-year-old can do an adult for them to slit the throat like that? She has a daughter. She got a daughter. That is good advice, and you still got to live for the daughter, your daughter, you know, cause her to cope to because it's her brother, you know, it's her brother. You know, how is she though? How is your daughter? I know your mother keeping her a little bit, but how is your daughter?
She doesn't seem to understand much.
Oh, how old is she?
She's 9 years old.
Oh, she's 9. Thank you very much. Thank you. She's 9. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm happy too that it's your sister, your cousin, or your in-laws. Your sister-in-law. Well, I tell you, I love you all already. I thank God for your family-in-law, you know. I am here and I feel the genuineness and, you know, the type of support that you're trying to give for people. His sister-in-law yesterday when I called, you know, the gentleman answered the phone and he said, you know, that you're resting and he was there to give you support and don't forget, you got the biggest support from you. You got God on your side. You have everything. You have everything that I'm telling you. It is so hard. You know, no words like.
It's rough for real. And the thing is this, if they ever post an independent way how, you know, persons can get directly to a way of rendering some amount of support directly to her. I know not through no third party can go back and forth and this, that, and the third, but a way that she can access it directly and we can confirm it. We definitely gonna make sure that we share it right here on Delta 9 Media because I know they got a lot of kind-hearted travelers that would definitely, and Delta 9 Media as well, that would like to reach out and look out if we can, because these are definitely some trying times for this young mother, right? Navjo saying, yes, bro. Okay, they're having a conversation in the chat. Westmus, thanks for being a part of the live. Westmus is saying, Black people, pay careful attention to this story. Thanks for tuning in, Westmus. Victor saying, I hope I know okay. Victor saying he hope no junkie don't become the fall guy for this situation. Because of the picture that we're hearing about, right? You see, there's so many sides to it, you know. There's so many sides to this story. And big up yourself, Al. Just like you were highlighting, when these things come around, there's get more than three sides sometimes, right? There's get so many sides to these things sometimes for real. Because we hear Honorable Brooms is saying there's a picture with a suspect. And then Melly Mel is highlighting, which she was highlighting right there. And then the mother is highlighting certain things that is connecting with what Melly Mel was saying and as well with what Honorable Brooms is highlighting in their interview. So there's so much. And we're going to hear some more coming directly from the interview with Honorable Campbell and the other parent, right? Navjo is saying, I believe he is trying to get the police to look the other way. This so-called pastor, the man, hey, listen, them man going hard at the pastor, but it was kind of interesting. It was kind of interesting the back and forth that he was having with the opposition. They were saying, we are, I got to highlight it and see what persons think about what's going on right here. Victor is saying, from all indications, the system failed and the family made that 7-year-old life, I'm telling you, a Cinderella story. Oh boy, no. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. But welfare this welfare or persons that have authority within the system for welfare, just to be fair, did go to the scene and there were a number of things that was said at that time about everything coming from the Honorable Minister, right? And we're going to share some of that right here with you on this live as soon as we pull it up. But let's hear some more because this is an important interview coming right from the mom.
What can I say to you? I can't tell you don't cry, I can't tell you don't, and things like that. But just know that you got the daughter to live for, and the Bible said that God more for you, not Simone Bloom saying that, it is written in the Bible. Hear what the Bible said, Michelle. Jesus is saying to you, Michelle, that there are more for you than those who are against you. So the people who are against you, they are few. There are few, there are few. You see, anything else you want to say? I know you cried. Anything else you want to say? I don't want to. Viewers didn't want to really question the mother plenty because she's crying a lot, But anything you want to say?
Justice to my son.
You want justice for your son?
To defend the right person.
You want to speak up a little bit more?
I just want justice for him. To find the right person. And I don't even think that jail is enough for him. The jail is not enough for him. Life in prison is not enough for him. He's like 7-year-old baby that we just watch and took his life.
I mean, look, the big lady too, his great grandmother, like you said, she loved him so much. She's harmless. What she can do to you? I mean, that's a serious killer.
I can just imagine how my son
probably trying to help her, trying to fight for his life, screaming.
Oh my God.
I wasn't even there to help.
He just smart, he know face.
You can be recognized.
Yes.
You can be,
And I kill the man.
you can be recognized the person. So your grandmother didn't see the person.
The grandmother said she know the person.
Did you know the person?
One lady down there got some footage and said, they show the police, they don't want to show me. You understand? We don't know the study system this one. Parents can't see the footage. The man will pass up the set time.
But I hope they find that person. The
Yeah.
person, they're not a person, animal.
The past animal stage.
Like,
The monster. Yeah, boss man should me watch me son. Me don't know, me tell you, me don't know what happened. That the man is keeping humble. The man make me stop doing wrong things in 2020. You say, you know, differently. I work hard. You understand? I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. Let us see. Wait. Watch it. You see this? This the time I wake up at 4 o'clock.
you set your alarm for 4.
You understand? Yeah, because me gotta go work early.
To look after them.
For my grandmother and my son. You understand?
No, because
We set up the aviation and go down to hospital, come back, come home, set up again, see your last thing and say, no, my son, I'm still living survive. I gotta make sure I pay my grandchildren for the last thing and you can't do them nothing. You feel how me just feel. Every day come here last. And your last. Oh, your message. You
It's rough.
Like me who inside try like man. Me not hungry, me just a thirsty. Me just want to drink.
No, it's an easy. It's an easy.
You know what? Me don't know who I really feel. I can't tell you. I mean, just imagine how this man pour me son and this fucking man all body for your life, buddy. You understand me? How this man a beg his life, how you try to take your life and this man a crying a holler. You know that? Well, what my sister said, she when she hear me holler, my sister holler for this neighbor, no? No,
So your sister here, you.
my son holler, she holler for the next neighbor. And the neighbor called pushing station, but you know this country run with a cowboy and them not got time with nothing. People got for dead and got come see body later, forensic and pictures and powder and them kind of thing.
So the neighbor.
A simple argument, right? Could lead to murder, you know. Them is thing with us go on. Argue. A man push something, a man dead. You go to the station, tell the police, well, you know, want this man, let this man don't come. You man, oh, you gotta give them a thing. Come on, look into this.
So your sister here, the little boy, holler it.
Yeah, and I now we call for you. Yeah, when she hear you,
Where your sister live in?
right in the same yard. Then get piece in the same, right there, over so.
Over the other side.
It's 2 houses in the yard.
Here what happened? Me go tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. My grandmother, she just speak up. So my sister, me say, what you Didi? You build something there, can we can't see me granny.
Yeah.
You go cook and wash with you.
But
You just
can't-
change your part.
Understood.
So come she end up come and just there to set the order to cash it grandmother to. You understand? But she night time she down in the house, my son and my grandmother.
So she here and she called the neighbor and the neighbor called the police.
Yeah, which station? Tushin. Cowboy soon. What you do? We can't do nothing. You understand?
This gonna last with it for long.
No,
Like,
they say will last forever. This can't come. Yeah,
Hmm.
me put it junk it.
Can't.
Here and junk it. Paris, so there. Indeed, me, and this what will happen, you know. No wonder for no when you see some man, a roll a scratch at the head, the gap between the skin and one junkie stages. I'm saying, you know, some people is
Hmm.
no, this is pain. I don't even know how I go
Stress, bro.
deal with this or process this. I could come in and I could tell you I'll tap, right? I'll tap.
after that,
I could come and tell you I'll tap by I come here to show support with you, but I can't
Mm-hmm.
tell you that I understand
how I feel.
how you feel today.
Right.
That's brutal. That to see a little 7-year-old on this wrong.
I promise man tell you you're gonna buy a tablet for you. See how it goes. He's a granny hold back the phone. You know why you phone? You see me that nigga buy a tablet for me, you go watch how you buy a fire. You know buy That's all I know. Sir.
Just checking Delta 9 travelers. Quick question. Can you hear the video that's being played clearly? Can you hear this video that I'm playing on the screen, or is it coming through, but you're not hearing any sound from the video? Because it's saying that I would have lost connection with the browser. So if that's the case, drop a 9 in the comment section if you can hear the video and hear the video clearly. If you can hear this video, drop a 9. If not, say no sound, no sound. All right, I'm gonna play it. No sound, right? No sound, no sound. All right, good. No sound. Good. Thank you, Delta 9 travelers. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to jump back into the browser. About a bit of turbulence, like we're going through the Bermuda Triangle, but the flight must continue. Thumbs up the live, Delta 9 travelers. Take these couple of seconds to thumbs up the live, and moderation, if you're in the house, definitely.
Study hard, work hard, play harder. Verb, nerve, and muscle power. Keep thinking and moving at any age. Verb, nerve, and muscle power.
8 Butterfly Black Seed, loaded with antioxidants and essential nutrients for your body's needs. Breathe better, feel better, live healthier. All the benefits of black seed oil without the taste. 8 Butterfly Black Seed Capsule.
One love, Delta 9 travelers. We are live right here on a Sunday afternoon. We all think about those updates that we just got right there as it relates to what's going on with this 7-year-old. Condolences to his family, condolences to the loved ones, and rising power to our everlasting energy. If I'm coming through and I'm coming through clearly, drop a 9 into the comment section for me, Delta 9 travelers. Drop a 9 into the comment section for me, please, and thank you. Good, the 9s are coming in. All right, so we coming through clearly. Big up to all the travelers, all the frequent travelers, all the moderators. Good, 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 good. Thank you. A little bit of turbulence, Bermuda Triangle, no? No hurdle that we couldn't surmount to make sure that this flight continues. Who me saying, man, that was a child who could barely take care of himself, much less a grown woman. What on earth was your sister doing? She also has responsibility towards the adult, not the baby. Powerful point that our moderator, who me, is highlighting right there. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Because I'm telling you, there's so much to this story, There's so much to it. And make sure that you join the team because we will be updating one another with it right here on Delta 9 Media. I'll tell you all as soon as the updates come. This is now usual flight time, I say as soon as these updates come in, I'm going to bring it and we're going to update one another live with what's taking place. Melly Mel was making those revelations and some very strong allegations at that. And then we heard from the mother, we heard from the father as well. And now we're going to hear from, well, we got a chance to see what was going on with the pastor. We can get a little bit more of those insights as well on this live. But don't forget, we got to also hear from the president as well, giving us some details about the new bank that is about to be established and the benefits for you and me in Guyana. With that, let's hear some more coming right here.
So is it true that he sustained injuries to the neck?
Yes, he had a gap in the wound on the neck, right? They cut the neck and they stab up my mom. And after I see movement with her, and my niece told me um, that Granny said the man there in the house. I ran back in the house and collect my mom. And then she said, I tried to save me now, get me to the hospital. So I rushed her away to the hospital. She is currently at the Kendron, and they stitched her up and they're doing like X-rays and other scans and so on because she crying out for she hip. She had a stroke a year ago, so she was not like moving on her own and so on.
So did you notice anything missing from the home?
No, nothing in gone from the room.
So
Right? I don't know what might have been the motivation or the reason why they came, but she said that they asked her for money.
They just come just so and ask for money. Did what we're hearing reported where persons were harmed in that manner, and then left without taking anything? I'm telling you, crazy, crazy times. Cheryl is saying that's another Adriana. rising power and condolences to her family as well and her loved ones as well, you know. And let's hope that we get justice in this case, or we get down to the bottom of who's really the person is responsible. Because this one is crazy. This is crazy.
And she told him that she ain't got no money. And I don't know if they attempted to molest her sexually or so on, because he noticed that at the hospital she didn't have on her pampers. Right, so I don't know, but she didn't say anything into that, if anything did happen. Um, so I got on to the guy who was myself and him, Pastor Church, Pastor Ambedkar, and he got his son to help out with the police and so on. So the police came, you can say they came very fast, and they took control of the scene, and they are doing some work and so on presently.
So what's the name of the 7-year-old
He is
child?
Adriel Aftab Mohammed,
And he's a student of
Zealot Primary School. But he's a very independent child. He don't go to school a lot because his father has to work and he's living separated. Father and mother separated. So whenever the father is around, the father will send him to school, and when the father have to go out and work, he don't get to go to school. So I think for this couple of days he is more at home than at school.
do you know that Adrian to be a person that would get into conflict with people? How is it?
He is a little aggressive little boy, yes, but with
Friendly?
other little boy, other little children and so on. And children with their phones and these kind of things, and he and the granny and so on would get their little high tap over the phone. And
But besides that, is
full of life, full of
friendly?
energy. Yesterday he went out with me because I took my mother out and we had a good drive and so on. Himself and my son, one of my sons, was playing and so on all the time in the car. Right? So to come to this and to see him just there, lying there, lifeless, it's a wicked world we live in. Hi, good morning. Well, my name is Nasib Mohammed, and around
Serious times that we're living in right now, right? Big up to all the travelers in the chat. What are your views, Delta 9 Media? What are your views? What are your views on this? Now, Joe said it's a crazy situation. Yeah. Listen, this thing got so many angles and so many aspects to it. It's going to take more than one person and some real good investigators to really navigate to the truth in this. Right? Cheryl is saying this is getting from bad to worse in Guyana. When will it end? Every day is something, right? Every day is something. It seems like it's the curse of the isle. Ah, boy. Independent child. Who me saying independent child? Go to side with your foolishness. Big up yourself, Humi. Now we got some more insights coming from Honorable Brooms. Let's hear these details.
Yeah. And use who to release the 7-year-old
Grandson?
you the grandson.
Yes.
Your mother told me, your grandson mother told me that you're a very nice person. In spite when she was going through challenges with your son, you was there for her. She could have bring clothes and give you. She could have talked to you at any time.
Yes.
She could have reached out to you and the support that you give to your grandson. So the passing and they said they got somebody. You hear anything else again from that? To get somebody to arrest the person, so on?
Well, I get to understand it. Arrest the same person.
Mm-hmm.
It's not live far away from my mom.
Mm.
And Lenore Station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I get to understand where he's going, where he was insane. And he claimed that he go to chop the father, and he didn't get the father, get the son. But it's lie because he molest my mother. Who molest my mother? Who stopped she? That is not no cutlass, right? To be have my brother went to the hospital, but he come and said is what I saying. My mother gave a statement that she know the person. Anytime she see the person, she can find he out, and he raped she. And after the bustling, the little boy was sleeping next to she. The boy get up, and the boy said, "You can't do me grandmother, though. You can't do me grandmother. Leave me grandmother." He start shout, start screaming for help. My daughter lives sideways to the house. And she husband, she boy wasn't around, so she started holler out for neighbors. However, he choked the little boy, as my mother said, choked the boy, and you see the boy now back off, and he walked to the kitchen, picked the knife up, slashed the throat. Right? My mother was left on the bed naked. No pampers, the tights was one side, and probably like he take off light because the house had no light. As me brother said, when he get a message, he get a phone call, and he went there, the light was off. And when he put on the light, he see my mother in a pool of blood. When he watched to the door, he see the little boy. And he said when he checked, when he peeped, the boy already dead. So all we had to do, pick him up, which is my mom, put her in the vehicle and rush it to the hospital and then rush it to the emergency. So they had to carry the clothes with the blood and some other stuff, sperms, whatever. They had to carry to the lab. But so far, they didn't get no information until now.
How do you feel?
How I feel? I feel something about this thing. Something about the line, not right. This got more than what happened here.
How you feeling, young?
I feel good morning. I didn't eat nothing. I don't want to see no food. I don't want to see nothing from me. I didn't have courage to do nothing. I said I'm gonna go there this afternoon, but like,
What kind of boy was your grandson?
Indian.
What kind? He was jovial.
Jovial, jokey. When I go there, you can jump on his system. The last word he tell his sister, only system. I'm gonna give you a big surprise for your 10-year birthday. That's what he tell his sister when I went the last one. Mom buy some clothes.
Who buy the clothes? The mother?
The mother. She'll bring some clothes. And I carried. I'm so happy for the clothes. People jump on in all the clothes you can try on. You say, Granny, how I look? Have a look. So you look good. Go to school, you be friend with all your teachers. No complaint. Everybody morning, good afternoon. Had good respect. Manners.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you said that she used to buy clothes and because she couldn't go, she used to bring it to you.
She can't go because my son is my son, but it's not. No, he don't have no good. I'm my mother, and I tell you,
He cast to Michelle and he separated because he didn't have no future. Michelle tried her best, but he didn't have no good. He caused a separation. And I had the one tell Michelle to move on with your life because he don't have any good. And I take the girl and fight this girl to court to get the little boy. And he's not doing what his father's supposed to do. He not stand as a father. Because he was a proper father, he should be home with his son. He should never leave and go nowhere. And he used to beat him. And molest him, beat him, crazy, yeah. And the brother said, if you know you're going to do it, you got to move out from your house. You cannot beat him.
Feel your heart.
Greetings here on to Delta 9 Major Live.
Man, this thing getting more and more sticky, my boy.
You see,
Real fast.
you see.
Boy, more than out casting up against him.
All right. You
That's
got
how
me the
they
background.
go through it. So now we're here in the middle part of the story.
Good.
The
Mute the
middle
background, mute the
part.
background.
Hold on.
Mute the background, yeah.
Hold on, give me a minute. Walk in and listening.
Okay.
I got this stuff in my bag.
I realize. You good?
Alright. That's good there right there.
Yeah. The speaker that you're speaking on is a bit louder. That's
I
why.
know, but
So now you
I
can hear
am
it.
listening,
Yeah.
so walking and listening.
Yeah.
It's in my bag. And
Yeah.
the phone in the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, remember, it said somebody neutral in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, none of us can say she is this or he is this. Wherever the more father is this, not here, she said,
All
the
right.
son is no good.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
So, the mother feels something is more to the killing of the young
Exactly.
child.
Because it's when we analyze these details from outside, we could see that there's something missing in this. How come the child is looking after a person but can't get himself ready for school? And then how come that all of these the echo is really messing with us over here. The echo is messing with us. But how come all of these details is coming out about other persons involved, pictures and stuff like that, and then we're hearing these allegations that Melly Mel is saying coming from persons that are inside of the force. So it's so much. It's so much, and then there's so many allegations, and you don't know which side to really think. But guess what? We can keep it. We can keep the updates coming right here on Delta 9 Media.
Yeah, we done. I'm listening to. I did listen.
Big up yourself, Father. I'm telling you. You see, persons is assessing this situation. We're trying to figure out what's really taking place. Well, we're hearing now from the mother, right? But what I'm gonna ask is because I like contrast, right? So let's hear, as we just heard, that little bit of conversation from the mother. Let me hear some of what is actually, well, let me hear some more of what the mother is saying, and then we're going to pull up the interview that the father was having so we could get some of these details clarified and we could hear the contrast and try to suss out what really taking place. And we're going to hear some more of these details that the mother of the father is highlighting.
But I just come to see you, and I'm happy that Michelle, and I want to say to you that in this time, your grandson dead, and if y'all could really come together and give him a nice burial, God is not in utter confusion.
No. That is why I don't want no confusion.
Right, y'all
This
come
is a-
together.
yes.
Michelle is there as a mother, whether or not, and you said, and you're right, that she's a good person. She's young and try to make life. She's only 28.
Michelle tries so much, ma'am. Michelle tries so much to make things good and to happy. You should two kids. But no, he had the cause. He had the cause. He's the fault. And I don't care. He vexed me. I'm the mother, but he's the cause for it. He blame. He caused operation because he had no good. Working money and just spend it out for no time. Anyhow, I have the little girl. I try my best. Send she to school. And I cannot do without she. I don't miss she already. Since this morning, I forgot she's not home. I called for she.
Well, I would hope that you still got the other granddaughter.
Yes.
And that you and Michelle, continue a good relationship.
All the time. You
And
ask
so that-
Michelle, Michelle, me, you ever had a problem?
No.
No.
She said never. She said that in your absence.
Michelle, more than a daughter to me. I have two daughters. To be honest, what Michelle look out for me two daughters don't look out. Never. If I sick or not, Michelle is there. If I tell Michelle, my head hurt, Michelle reach. If it's the night self, she reaching. What she done for me? My own two daughters never do it.
Yeah, again, my condolences.
Yeah.
I want y'all just come together and go to see. Come, Michelle brought me, and so I want to see you, on the burial, and I'm going to come up to the funeral thing.
Okay.
You hear? Come on, Giovanni.
August.
Smile, little. You look too sad again. Oh, my God.
August.
Yeah.
30th August. But my brothers so ignorant talking straight crap.
We won't get into too much of the the family details there, right? But we're gonna check it out. But peace.
Yeah, peace. This is why you're looking for peace.
Yes.
Let you go peace.
That's all. Yes. He got a death, very cruel death, from what I heard. Nice child. So
Nice.
He deserved it.
No, he didn't deserve that.
Yes.
He didn't deserve it. He just now we try growing up. He didn't start a life for it. Just 7. The body was only March. And this is it. This is why we gotta live it. I gotta live it this until I dead.
Yeah.
Just like I lose a big son, I gotta live it up. I gotta live in my grandson now. I wake up, I just imagine when I go and see how he lie on the ground. Hard. Heartless.
Well, thanks much. You can see me again.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thanks for meeting with us too. Because by the we call right away, you give us direction and so on. And then try to make a with your brother. Just to give our condolences and support in whatever way we can.
Yes.
Support. Feel free.
Yeah.
The Bible tells us that when people are mourning, we're to mourn with them. All right.
Yes.
And so we're here, and you're here for us. All right.
Yes.
Be sure, my sister. That guy is sister,
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yet another side to this developing story. So many updates, so much going on the ground. Make sure that you subscribe to Delta 9 Media so that we can keep you updated with all of this trending and important headlines. What y'all think about the whole analysis at this point, as we're realizing that there's so many sides to this situation? What y'all think about it, Delta 9 travelers? Call it in. There is the hotline number on the screen, and drop it into the comment section. I'm telling you.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C.
The ultimate male supplement, Men's Total Wellness Formula, packed with essential nutrients for men's health.
She'll call you Mr. C.
Unleash the best version of yourself with every goddess. Say goodbye to limitations and say hello to a better, stronger, healthier you.
Feet on soil, Guyana roots in my veins.
Big up to all the frequent travelers, all the first-time travelers. We are live right here on Delta 9 Media, the international digital connection. I'm telling you, we got so many headlines to update one another with. It is a Sunday afternoon and we are cruising. And these are the headlines coming in from the president. Straight from where? The presidential kitchen. Let's get some of these insights.
In Guyana, just preparing to do some fried basha. So basha is not the subject today. For those of you who don't know, this is one of our lesser known fish, but very, very sweet, very delicious, good fish. And on this rainy Saturday, I want to talk to you not about basha and frying the basha, although we'll be doing that together, but I want us to talk about the Guyana Development Bank. As you know, we are now moving closer to the operationalizing of the Guyana Development Bank, another fulfilled promise of the People's Progressive Party when we went to the elections last year. In our manifesto, we spoke about the development of an institution, development bank, to help small and medium-sized Guyanese, individuals, families, businesses. And what do we want to do? We believe that the best way of creating lasting prosperity is by empowering people, giving them the opportunity to own things more and more. That is why we invest in housing. That is why we invest in infrastructure, so it can increase the value of their assets. Here again, we're now moving to the Guyana Development Bank, where we're giving Guyanese an opportunity to own their own businesses, to develop their own ideas, to invest in their own ideas, all in empowerment, all in building prosperity, all in creating wealth, and all in distributing an equitable, creating an equitable distribution of wealth, where every Guyanese can be part of this growing story. The initial investment is over $200 million US. That is 40 billion Guyana dollars. That will be placed in this development bank. Remember, this collateral free, very easy. It's easier maybe than opening a bank account. But this is more than lending. This is about nurturing. This is about developing. This is about coaching, helping you in financial management, helping you to develop your ideas, helping you to build that business, that small business, and empowering you to grow even further. So part of the development bank story will be to create clusters, to create clusters of persons coming together to invest in bigger ideas, shared vision, creating larger businesses. And all over the world there are these models of development bank. And one of the things about development bank, when it's done right, is that it allows persons to work together by creating mentorship that support every cluster. And that mentorship to support every cluster allow persons with experience to coach businesses, to help them in financial management so that their businesses will be successful. And that is what we want to do. Create successful businesses for you. Create successful enterprise. This will be thousands of loans given to ordinary Guyanese family with no collateral. You don't have to own anything. You just have to have an idea that we will help you to develop, that we will help you to nurture. Very simple. Implemented across all of the region. We will have a quick movement to implementation, because as the bill is in Parliament now, we are already setting up the administrative mechanism. We are already training people. We are already operationalizing this so that our Guyanese people will benefit. The Guyanese family will benefit from the development bank. It's up to $3 million of loan. You can create clusters. So for example, if you have 10 persons in a cluster who want to go into medium-sized egg production, right away they can scale up and they can come together and create a modern facility for egg production that is at a medium scale level that they could have never done before, they could have never afforded to do before. So the Development Bank is coming. It's coming to bring opportunities to you. It's coming to empower your ideas. It is coming to create wealth. It is coming to give every single ordinary Guyanese family without collateral the opportunity to own their own business, to harness their own ideas. Young people, we want you to be involved in this. We want you to bring out your entrepreneurial spirit, your entrepreneurial ideas. Young students coming out of the University of Guyana, here is your opportunity to come together in Costa and build something extraordinary. Build something that will create sustainability in the long term, that will create wealth in the long term. And that is investing in areas of the future: ecotourism, agro-processing, agriculture. These are areas, the craft, the art industry, the orange economy. We want all of these ideas around all of these new areas of growth and development to find its path through the Guyana Development Bank. So as we fry this basher together on a rainy Saturday, I want you to know that we are closer to realizing the full potential of the Development Bank with you, the people of Guyana, at the center of this policy. Thank you. And this is a young man that brought my basher fresh from the Essequibo River.
As we say, silver snapper.
Last night you got it right?
Show us off from the scene into the frying pan.
All right.
Mm-hmm. President serious about the food and definitely serious about what's going on right there with the new development bank. But let's hope that a lot of persons take advantage of every aspect of these new developments and these new opportunities that are being provided. And if you're looking for some ideas, because I note that the Honorable President was just highlighting just a few brief ideas, like, could get into agri, you could get into hospitality, and paraphrasing, you could get into all of these new developments and these new ways to make money in the country. And all you need is an idea and the willingness to go and take this idea into the new bank and access the resources that being a Guyanese right now can provide for you. And guess what? Recently, we heard this presentation that was done by Honorable Mr. Best that was highlighting these details. So, what are you saying? Wow, seems like we would have gone through the Bermuda Triangle yet again, right? But on your screen is a presentation that Honorable Mr. Best would have done recently, that if you connect everything that the president was just highlighting that persons would now have access to, and then you use some of these insights that Mr. Best is highlighting right here, and you put the two of them together, then you could open a lot of opportunities for you and all your family and loved ones as well, right? Big up to all the frequent travelers that are in the chat right now. I'm seeing a message on my screen that's saying that I would have lost connection with the browser. I don't know, it seems like we're going through the Bermuda Triangle on this Sunday afternoon, a lot of turbulence in the flight, but we will continue nonetheless. So moderators could be on standby. I will have to quickly in and out with the studio, right? Anthony is saying this. Anthony is saying, Ali and Jagdio, is this the way you want the people of the nation to exist? Home Affairs, MPs, I'm telling you. We're going to jump quickly so that we could get this video coming straight from the Honorable Mr. Best. Big up to all the frequent travelers. Big up to all the travelers who are with us for the first time right here on Delta 9 Media. Thank you to all the persons that called in. And definitely make sure you thumbs up the live. We're going to jump straight into these details.
No matter where in the world, we love Guyana. What are your colors? How do you represent? I love Guyana. Order yours today. We ship worldwide. Delta 9 Media.
One love, one people, the mission complete. One love, one flag, one nation, right? Under the stars, divine presence in the sky. Unity, no war, let the children thrive. Power to the people, we keep hope alive.
And just like that, we are back on the flight, and this is what was highlighted by the Honorable Mr. Best.
I want you guys in the diaspora to pay attention, because a lot of you left Guyana looking for a better life. More importantly, the ones that are still here, that are being that feel like they're being locked out. So I ended yesterday's video speaking about 1,800 Guyanese benefiting from $418 billion. Okay? If you remember again, I ended that video speaking to 1,800 Guyanese benefiting from $418 billion. Now, guys, something else I want you to pay attention to. Guyana procurement law, again, speaks to every contract the government issue. I'm going to keep banging this in your head. The law states that 20% of those contracts must go to small contractors. You, the small man I'm speaking to again, are the average Guyanese. The young brothers that's in Brooklyn, Queens, New York, Trinidad, Barbados, Antigua, all around the world wants to come home. Help me help this video go viral so, again, you guys can understand how much money is being left on the table because you're ill-informed. If you thought $418 billion was a lot, let's just deal with 2020, this budget, 2026 budget. $1.5 trillion was that budget. Okay, guys? 1.5 trillion. What is supposed to happen? Let us say approximately 70% of that budget would be issued in contracts, roads, bridges, pharmaceutical, all the contracts that will be issued. Now, the law states that 20% must go to small contractors. So if we are to look at the numbers of the 2026 budget, I am talking going all the way back to 2019 like I did yesterday, there's another $193 billion that's left on the table. When you put those two numbers, couple those two numbers, people, we're talking about $611 billion. Just imagine, people, that $611 billion is left on the table. And our government has been bragging a couple weeks ago that 12,000 Guyanese was pre-qualified, who may receive a contract. How is it and why is it that we as a people are not positioning ourselves and not making sure that we demand our fair share. You know how you have to have a driver's license to drive? Well, it's the same way. Every time the government issue a contract for $20 million, $1 billion, they got to issue one for $200 million. Every time the government issue, every time you see 1 billion people, understand that one of you are turning a blind eye to $200 million. Do we have to keep repeating this? Every time you cut the news on and you see a contract for $1 billion, you guys are turning a blind eye, are walking away, are leaving on the table $200 million. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the last budget was $1.5 trillion. They just increased it today. Which means if you do not demand and position yourself and learn how to bid these contracts just for 2026, you are prepared to leave. We ain't adding the supplementary yet because it just started today. I don't want to add it yet because I know they're going to be 3 more. About $200 billion. You're in Brooklyn looking for a job. You're in Queens looking for a job. You're in Long Island looking for a job. You're in Barbados looking for a job. And your own country has just left you behind out of yesterday's amount that I told you, 411 billions for taxi, for Whedon Yard, for all the services that Exxon need. Now, in Guyana itself, people, the law is clear. Not me, the Procurement Act. Here it said, every time the government issue a contract, they must issue a contract for 20% to small contractors. I am going to go and get the numbers to tell you how much. And you can start putting that number on the screen, because before starting this video, I haven't even thought of going back to 2019. So I'm only going to focus today on the 2026 budget, people. The procurement laws are clear. Young people, small contractors, mom and pops cooking and selling, is entitled to 20% of all the contracts. Don't be called out by politicians thinking they're impressing you by only giving 12,000 of you a $50 million contract. When you see a contract for like the Demerara Bridge for 165 million US, is that what it was? Or the Heroes Highway again for $13 billion, understand that 20% of that, either part of the highway, or they need to find another contract to give to small contractors for 20% of that $13 billion. Do you think they will still be poor mom and pops and poor single mothers in this country? No, they would not. But they will continue to be if we continue to ignore our rights in this country. This is not you asking for any special favors. Teachers, nurses, police officers, soldiers, understand what I'm saying here, people. This is not you demanding a hookup. This is you going out there, understanding how to bid the contract, and letting the government know we have seen a $1.3 trillion budget. 70% of that we have seen gone into contracts. We want to be 20%, which is approximately $200 billion. Only in 2026. They ain't supposed to have poor people in Guyana. They're not supposed to have poor people in Guyana, but they're going to continue to have poor people in Guyana if we lock ourselves out by not demanding and not positioning ourselves for our fair share.
Powerful point being made right there by the hard-working Mr. Darwin Best. Big up yourself for all the efforts, all the time that you take to highlight these details to us so that we could understand these benefits are there for us to access, right? And if we connect what Mr. Best was just highlighting with the new availability of capital that the president was just highlighting, the maths could maths. You could establish a business. Could establish a number of businesses. What do y'all think about it? Drop it in the comment section or call it in. I'm telling you, we have been live now for almost 3 hours. And listen, we still got hundreds of persons that are live right here with us. If you haven't taken a couple of seconds yet, take a couple of seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up the live. Boost it in the algorithm so that persons could get all of these updates with what's going on the ground in Guyana, with all of these very important headlines that we were discussing earlier, the new developments coming in from the president, and every other thing that we would have highlighted right here on Delta 9 Media. It's a Sunday afternoon and we are cruising. Delta 9 Travelers. I still might come back and put up another live presentation or a pre-recorded, depending. But today is the celebrations in Brooklyn. And you know there's going to be a number of persons over there celebrating, right? I think I might have a little bit of the festivities I'm going to show you. And I might come back and do another live, but we've been live for like 3 hours on a Sunday afternoon, right? I don't know if persons still want to deal with more of a live presentation, but if I jump on it and I see something and I say, all right, we're going to bring it back, or I might bring it back another day, depending. But nonetheless, thanks for all the persons that are a part of the live. Big up to all the moderators that are in the chat right now. Big up to all the moderators that are going to catch this one in the rewind in the future. Big up to every single person. Big up to every person that is definitely I see the moderator got a little piece of the parade up for me. So we can get a little snippet and then I could come back and do another live with Donnie because I want to add that to the end of a 3-hour presentation because it's going to be too long and then it's going to be two different kind of presentations, right? Because one is a festivity and the other one we're getting into a lot of different details over here. But nonetheless, moderator, you could pull that up on the screen whenever you're ready.
Yes. Kevin. Give us a minute. Give them a minute so we can move.
Yeah. So like I was saying, we're going to come back. We're going to come back and do another live. We're going to come back and put it up live. But I'm just going to make sure that this live stays with just this content on this live presentation. And we're going to come back, or we're going to come in the forward and do another live presentation with just the festivities In Brooklyn, we're going to get a chance to hear from a number of speakers, persons who are out celebrating. There might be performances. There will be performances and a number of different things. So make sure that you subscribe, thumbs up the live, and stay tuned because we will be coming back with another live presentation right after this. One love to everybody that's in the chat right now. Big up to all moderators, every frequent traveler, every new traveler. Thanks for making this live presentation what it is. This is Delta 9 Media, and you are definitely a part of the international digital connection. One love. I'm going to catch you in the next live presentation.